Hello and a very warm welcome to BU Lunch today here at Bournemouth University. And in this case, in today's programme, we'll be talking to Matt Desmier, who works here at Bournemouth University in various guises. I'm not entirely sure. Let's find out more about it. Matt, nice to see you today.
Good to see you too, Adrian.
I know there's some business stuff and some knowledge exchange stuff. What's your job title?
My job title is Business Engagement and Knowledge Exchange Manager for the Faculty of Media and Communications. That is it. That is the one role I do. I don't have various guises. I do the one thing.
But it comes in many flavours. Surely there's lots of different things that you do to fulfil that brief.
My job, my role, my reason for getting out of bed in the morning is to put the university and its resources in front of business. And when I say resources, I mean this wonderful studio. I mean the excellent academic staff.
Obviously.
And the marvellous students that we've got here, the talent that we've got here. So my job is to get all of that, put it in front of business.
Yeah, and I guess also what's worked so well here is to integrate it into what we do on every level. So the fusion model suggests we work on education research and of course professional practice and enterprise and impact. Those are the same thing. They come under the same heading. The last three. And actually, from my point of view, teaching students in this studio, it's incredible for you to get local businesses in who are in the industry they want to work in. They get, by osmosis, they get the content we discuss in front of the cameras, but they also get the experience of running the studio.
Well, it's not, they don't even, from my perspective, it's great enough if I can get the local sector, the media or the creative sector in here, but I'm happy to get any business in here, right? If I can get them sat here at a table and you or I are interviewing them in front of these cameras, in front of this vista that we've got,
wonderful view.
through these wonderful massive glass, the windows,
yes.
So many businesses are driving past, right?
All of the local area.
So many people are looking in here and they don't know what goes on behind those windows. So if I get them here, I get talking to them, I build a relationship with them, I build a rapport with them, I then get to find out what their problems are, and then I look towards the rest of the university as to what we can do to solve those problems.
It is a lovely spot here. I mean, I couldn't believe it when we saw the earliest plans of the building because, you're absolutely right. Out there is the general public. There is everybody driving across the roundabout, seeing this building, looking in through these floor-to-ceiling, 4 stories of glass? It's got to be something like that.
Three stories.
Three stories, but it's probably 3 stories. But out the other side, exactly as you say, is the link to the university.
I mean, the university is here, we're 1992 institution, so 30 years, but we're an academic institution, and people, if you've not been to university, if you've not been through these doors into Bournemouth University, you might not know what goes on here. And actually, we've got an awful lot that we can offer to the business community. You know, there is graduate talent that they can employ once they've finished their studies. But there are live projects that they can do. There are placements that they can do. There is contract research and consultancy and knowledge transfer partnerships. There is a wealth of services that we have to give to business, but because teaching and learning is our number one priority, and then because it's research, we're not really built to sell to business. What we have here is experiential marketing, and that's what I want to use it as.
No, I totally agree, and it really does. I mean, yes.
And what a buzz we've got!
I know. Well, it must be. I expect. Are we on the? Oh, it's half hour. So usually on the hour we get this, but this is wonderful because we are in the place and we can see. I mean, there's always this thing about. I remember when I was working as a journalist and learning about law. That the law should be not only done, but should be seen to be done, which is why press is so welcome in courts. But I always think of this area here is that broadcasting here should not only be recorded, but it should be seen to be recorded and broadcast.
And I think it's even more important in this current age. When you think about the 4K cameras and the high-def cameras we've all got in our pockets, in our phones, the proliferation of platforms now, and the ease with which individuals and businesses can publish content into the world, they almost think it's easy. And actually there is a skill and there is an art to doing it well. And being able to see it being done well is a huge coup that we have here.
Absolutely, you do need the technology, which clearly we put our hands in the pockets here at Bournemouth University and we've bought. But you also need the knowledge and the experience. I mean, and this is how we talk through the teaching and the pedagogy with the students, is that through your teaching you'll get the knowledge, but it's here that you get the experience, and that's why it's so wonderful you bringing in local industry, because they do get to run the studio.
Well, and the more they see it, the more they value the services they'll then go out and procure from you know, Bournemouth has got a fantastic creative economy. There are over 120 creative agencies in Bournemouth and Christchurch and Poole alone, right? And so those businesses buying the services, this is a way for us to educate them. We educate them as to what to expect, because our graduates are coming out into the world and delivering it.
No, absolutely, and it really is. This is referred to our fusion model. It's one of those internal comms things, and when you first hear it, when we first heard it ages ago, it's like, well, how's that going to work? I can't see that. But actually, I mean, I've heard this throughout my career, even when I was out in industry, about how universities can integrate in. And yes, we all know universities do education. And yes, we know that naturally leads on to research, but that third part of impact in the world we've not quite seen. And just today, in one of the lecture theatres, when I helped set up, there's a unit client and audience where the local clients, local industry has provided clients for students to work to a brief, and they're receiving those presentations. And that's just one example that's happening at this moment. If
you think, you know, in Bournemouth University, it's one of the largest employers in the area, right? So we're having a huge impact on our local economy anyway, and the skills that are in these four walls, you know, can have an even bigger impact. And that's what I think universities in this 21st century are concerned about, not more concerned. Teaching and learning is still core business, as you said. Research is still incredibly important, but that impact on the economy, especially as the public purse is tightening.
But teaching and learning has progressed and evolved as well because of everything else that's happening. For instance, I remember hearing so much lip service paid to this idea of student-centred learning, it all being about the student. Now this is exactly what we have here. It's almost happened imperceptibly, where it's the students' experiential learning of running this studio, filming us right now, that is giving them the skills, the experience that goes with the knowledge from university that then helps with their employability when they leave here. And all around all those concepts of employability, skills, but also traditional university academic understanding.
I've been astounded, really, on the occasions when I've been here and I've had the privilege of interviewing people and using the crew that comes from.
They're blushing.
They come from the course, but it is fantastic because these are incredibly professional young people, right? And I can imagine them seamlessly going into industry. Yeah. And so it's of no surprise to me that Bournemouth University is one of those places where the media industry looks towards, because they know that they can count on the students because they experience this.
This afternoon when we came in, we had a call time for 12. They turned up at 11. That was very impressive for a start. But also, we were talking about what was going on today, and once we'd done that, one of the students said, how do I know when I'm working in industry? How do I know when I am an industry person? I said, well, actually, I think probably some of you nowadays, some of you already are.
Yeah.
If you've done freelance work, if you've done this, it is going to be something you don't actually notice happening. Before you know it, you'll be like, I'm working in broadcasting. My colleague facetiously said, you'll know when you're working in broadcasting because you'll ask, do you want fries with that? Because there is that sort of the first few jobs. Of course, you're going to be working in maybe, you know, some unbranded restaurant. As well as doing freelance shifts to earn enough money. But what it's trying to say is the transition from university to employment nowadays is a smoother process and a more integrated process. And I see that happening. So, but yes, so there's various things that we've paid lip service to over the years. Student-centeredness of our experience is one of them, but also industry links and talking about how close we're tied to industry and all that sort of thing. I think that now is really feels together. For instance, we're always tasked to be broadcast standard in the past, and they suddenly moved the goalpost and said, you need to be industry leading, broadcast industry leading. So not just stand there, we have to
Oh
leave.
gosh, what a
But,
difficult.
and I'm running out of time, so I'm going to talk for the last 30 seconds solid. I know you know I can.
Ah,
We've got a lighting rig here that has LED lights in it, which we can pan up and have a look at, that are leading industry, and that's the next big thing as far as broadcasting is concerned, because we don't need old-fashioned lighting poles, etc. But anyway, I have been given a countdown and ignored it, so I shall call the programme to an end. Say thank you very much, Matt
Thank
Desmier,
you.
for joining me today. Thank you very much to our students behind the cameras, from all of us here on BU Lunch. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye. So wait a minute, what happened to the 30
I
seconds?
saw it.
Oh, was it? Did you repeat
I
it?
saw it.
It needs